Well, then he passed away. I think 5 years later he released Love Revolution.
Yeah.
Um, how hard was it for you being the only one left of that whole Milli Vanilli chapter and then focusing on this solo album?
It was very difficult for me to be able to move forward because now I was, it's like it felt like, losing a family member is one of the heaviest thing that you can go through, you know. And it was like a family member, someone that had gone through, everything that I had experienced. But my way to deal with that was to write Love Revolution, and that was very therapeutic. So I wrote a song for him in there, but that was a song that I had in the works for quite some time. The text, because I was trying to communicate with him about, you should stop it. How do you do that? So I was thinking about making this song for him, record it, and then give it to him and have it played while he was in rehab. Simple guitar vocals, so the message is not lost, just like when I heard Redemption Song with Bob Marley. But I didn't get a chance to do that. So I made sure that it was on Love Revolution.
Yeah. And if you look back on that album, what did you learn music-wise from that album?
Recording Love Revolution was a great experience because I was the architect with my friend Rod Michaels, who engineered and produced with me together. It was a co-production, and more people came on board. On each song, I used another writer, and because they were playing guitars, and then but I mostly wrote everything, and it was like building a house. First foundation, the amount of songs, what subjects do I want to cover. Then once you have the songs in their acoustic forms with the guitar, then we're gonna have to, what kind of grooves we want to add behind that. So I sat down with the producer, with Rob Michaels, and we planned on it, got the musicians to come in, bring the bass, bring the drums, brings the organ, and that really taught me how to make a record, how to construct a record. And there was nobody there to tell me, no, you can't do it like that, because it was done independently.
And what was your goal with that album? Did you achieve commercial success, or was it just?
No, for me, the first thing was not, like, the success part was not where I was going to go back to, was to create something that people would respect. But for me, it was about, can you do it? And I started it and I finished it. And the people who heard it, senior editor of his magazine way back, which was, and still is kind of the Bible for the music industry, gave me my props, came to see the show live, and we became friends.
And that actually this album was for you the full circle from Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, for me it was a full circle thing. Definitely, I walked away from that album like proud. When it was finished and mixed and mastered, I was very proud. I said, you know what? I did what I did back then, but I was able to create my own project.
Are you a religious person?
I wouldn't say religious, I would say spiritual. I don't know if that's the word.
What sort of feeling did you get once you finished this album, Love Revolution?
Love Revolution felt like it was me. It was an extension of me. I talked about the world. I'm always very interested about my surroundings. I'm interested in elevating, inspiring people to live their dreams, to be happy. Loving what you do is being happy.
If you say you are spiritual, what was the goal for you in your life? What happened to you? Because you've had a fascinating life up until this point.
True.
What are your thoughts on it? Is it something that you say, well, I cherish it, or is it something?
Well,
that you,
no, the thing is, in life, you will go, and you go through depression. If you medicate that depression, you won't grow. So when you get out of that tunnel, you're stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So when you get out of the tunnel, you're ready. Your insight on life is different. You see the possibilities. There's no downside, no downsides to what you've to your situation now.
you have to show strength, and it's something that some people.
But you gain strength by when and if you get out of that tunnel.
Yeah, but
And from my
that's the
perspective,
most important thing to
get out of the tunnel. But when I got out of the tunnel, I felt like I can do anything. Now it's just a matter of like getting involved with the right people, finding the right team, the right structure, and then move forward. But obviously, I was not working with a machine. Now I'm more of an independent guy.
What are your plans now for in 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 music? What are your projects now? Your current projects?
Well, I'm working on various projects. I'm working in Germany, in the Eastern Bloc. John Davis and myself, I've started this project called Face Meets Voice, a Milli Vanilli experience, and we perform the old songs, as well as.
How hard was that for you?
It wasn't hard. It was just a natural thing. John Davis is a great guy. He's a musician. He's a music lover. Great singer. And we met in Los Angeles. And when I moved to Europe, there was a good connection between him and I. We said we should get together. It's like, yeah, man. When I come to Europe, let's. And because we're musicians, it was bound to happen. Yeah, let's do some shows. Yeah, why not? We did shows, and his voice and my voice are very compatible. And we've been doing shows ever since. We recorded music as well that we've played on German television.
But was it also cathartic for you to do this?
It's part of the.
With those songs, I mean.
It was part of the journey. Your journey is written, and I'm just going through it and learning from every step I make during that path that I'm taking.
Was it hard for you the first time you did those songs without Rob and you did it with John? Was it?
Well, I have performed those songs by myself, and yes, it was very difficult at first because you always look. I was always on the right side of the stage. He was on the left, and there was no Rob. And so yeah, that was difficult. Of course, it is. He's part of my life. Will always be. He's around here. He's right here, right now, always there.
You said in Germany you have that Face Meets Voice. What are your plans, for example, here in Holland, because you're living here now?
Well, we've been playing in the Eastern Bloc and in Germany, and I live in Holland and Los Angeles, and right now I'm putting a band together, and I'm going to be playing some of the songs that I've recorded throughout my musical journey with the Milli Vanilli songs. So it's a combo. And on June 15th at Paradiso in Amsterdam, a very famous club in Holland, I'll be performing. Looking forward to it. I love performing live, love Revolution. My first solo album was performed many times in Los Angeles in front of a fun audience. I love fun audience because when the audience gives you the love, you give it back, and it's just a circle, and I love that circle, that audience, and that response between, that connection between artist and the audience. When they're present, when they're here, ready to just absorb.
But will you also be doing, because, well, Milli Vanilli, of course, those songs people know, well, your own solo work, I mean, your Love Revolution is also more based on songs.
Yeah.
But then you've done DJing, you also do some EDM projects. Will you also include those songs or maybe those tracks during this performance?
I'm only including covers from my musical heroes, which I've mentioned earlier. Some of the Milli Vanilli songs, and songs that I've created, that I've fit that I feel were fitting with the program. It's 75 minutes of music, and you know, a performance is about peaks and valleys. And with my team, we made sure that it had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Have to have a climax at the end. You have to touch people. You have to say something. So I picked the right songs. I believe we picked the right songs for that performance.
Will you also be doing Look Here?
No, I'm not going to do Look Here. I focused on, it's a live. It's a live.
It's more dancing.
Gezelligheid, like you guys say in Dutch. We want to make it fun, exciting. Like, you have to see it. People are gonna. I'm sure some of it's gonna pop up on the internet, but we're just gonna rock the house. That's what we're gonna do.
Do you have plans, maybe with John Davis or maybe on your own, to record some new albums?
We've recorded some music already together. Sounded really nice, and of course we're gonna do some more. Right now, there's a lot of things in the works, and we'll see what peaks first. You never know. You never know what people are gonna like.
And what is it for you? Well, you were born in '66. You
Model 66.
Yeah, you grew up in Paris, then you moved to Germany, you moved to LA. You've had the whole Milli Vanilli experience, hard time, climbing up again. What do you think? What is for you the biggest lesson that what happened with Milli Vanilli learned you for your life?
Well, I think that with this story, I believe that when you fall, in general, in life, that's my lesson overall. You have to stand back up and move forward. That's it. You have to do that. You have no choice. I'm a winner from nature, so I'm not gonna give up on myself. Nobody else but yourself can do that for yourself. So you got to be there for yourself. That's it. Your friends around you can show support. Surrounding yourself from good people is necessary because you'll be able to notice your growth by the people you surround yourself with. That's very important. But in the end, it's all about you and how you take on the punches that life delivers. But being punched doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end. You could be on the canvas, KO, but there's going to be another round. Next round, move out of the way.
You've said in an interview that if you could go back, that was a few years ago, and have to make a decision not doing Milli Vanilli, you said, well, of course I would go back, but with everything that you're doing now, do you still want to go back and erase, not start a Milli Vanilli story, or are you happy with how you've turned it around for yourself, and are you actually using now that experience by performing with John?
Well, going back in time is what if,
Yeah.
maybes.
No, but I mean, with what ifs, if you say what if I go back, then I would erase it, then then actually it says that it's really a hard time.
Well,
maybe too hard, and you don't want to go.
No. The only thing I would change,
Yeah?
if I would go back in the time machine, was to sing on the record.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
The way you erase all that journey is by singing on the record. But I believe that anything that happens to you in life happens the way it's supposed to happen. That's it. That's my lesson.
Actually, it gave you some good songs to perform with too, and it helps.
Listen, life has been good to me. As an artist, I had the chance to live a very interesting life. And as an artist, as a songwriter, I have multiple subjects, but those are true experiences. So when I write a text, It's not, oh yeah, let me try to imagine. I know what pain is. I know what loss is. I know what friendship is. I know what struggle is. And so you just channel it through music with a melody and a groove. You perform it and you touch people. That's what I want to do as an artist. That's what each and every artist is supposed to do, to touch people, to inspire them on an emotional level, maybe on a spiritual level. Action equal reaction. So when you touch someone, they're going to react, and they're going to, as a result of your impact, they're going to do something or look at something differently.
What is the best thing that someone who listened to your music, saw you live, last question, has said to you? It really, well, touched you. Someone said, what your music did today.
My last anecdote, for today, is a long time ago. I had it was a Milli Vanilli show in America, and people would come after the show, meet and greet, and everybody was really happy and jolly. And those parents came in, but without a child. And everybody had come before. They would come with, like a group. But I felt right away that there was something else about those two. And they were coming in to say thank you, that the record, Gurno is True, the album, had been the anchor for their child that was in coma for months. Because the child went into coma, and then they played him. They put the headsets on his ears, and they just played Milli Vanilli. And when he came out of that, he said it was the best thing ever. His favorite record, but he was still in the hospital, so he couldn't attend. And they came to say thank you. They actually got a ticket to came to the show because we were coming to town where they were from, to say thank you. And that's when, and I took notice that day, and I was like, wow, music is powerful. That's what I got out of that. And I never forgot that anecdote. And I thought, whatever happens, this is what I want to do.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.